Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Keisha, and here on this YouTube channel, I love to deliver healing messages through tarot. Hello, my soul family. How you doing? I hope this message reaches you well. So today's pick a card topic is going to be, let's take a look at your past life and see if there's some messages that come up from some of your past life experiences. I believe that we have multiple reincarnations here on this earth, here on different planets, in different galaxies, in different universes. I believe that your soul has journeyed. I feel like your soul has journeyed from being a blade of grass and a drop of water to maybe an antelope or a dinosaur. Maybe you were a star, maybe you were a tree. But I believe that your soul has journeyed through multiple lifetimes. And some of the gifts you bring over from other lifetimes, and sometimes you also bring over maybe some karmas, some triggers, and energies that you might not understand and things that have taken place in your past life. So for this reading, I would just we're going to take a look into your past life, see maybe what you were doing and see if what energy is flowing from that life into this life. We'll take a look at some advice going forward, what you should do with that energy and why it's coming up. All right, so let's get into the pile selections. This is going to be pile number 1. And we have Chakra Ray, number 19, Chakra Imbalance. This is going to be pile number 2. And we have Truth with Higher Truth. And this is going to be pile and group number 3. Nirvana Quartz Clearing Karma with 32. I'm going to play a little bit of a loud sound just to help you choose. If you could just take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, and you're going to pick whichever card is calling you and or cards. All right, soul family, I will see you at your pile choice. So if you were drawn to, or your intuition brought you to this card right here, this beautiful cube, this is the pile for you. I'm going to place this right here, and then we will get your cards down. All right, so pile number 1. The first thing that is coming up in your past life is on this particular lifetime or this experience of your soul. What's coming up is a feeling like you were someone in a position of power, like head of a household, head of a shop, I don't know, head of the job or the career you might have been in, but you were the main female. You were the main person who was running things. And once again, this could even be like the head of your household. You were the one in charge. You were the boss lady, boss man. Like, you ran it. You gave directions. You set it up. You put people where they needed to be, what they needed to do. Like, you managed it, and they came to you. You had a position of great authority and great power. I'm feeling in this particular lifetime that with that power, you might have been a little stubborn, and maybe a lot of it stuck in your ways. The industry that you were in, or the job that you held, or your household, there was like a new energy coming in, young and maybe wanting to do things differently, and you wasn't really good at budging on that or compromising with that. You didn't change was not, you did not enjoy change, especially with this Fool here in reverse. It really feels like you ran like some kind of shop or business, and yeah, you're just like in control, and you had the knowledge and the education. People sought you out. They wanted to work with you, but you were a little bit stubborn. I'm just gonna pull some more cards. It's coming out. Social class, aristocrats. Yeah. You were stubborn, a little bit stuck in your ways, and this definitely caused a lot of strife for your employees. So I feel people were coming to work with you to participate in your lifestyle and your household, and you had a certain way of doing things. You had a certain way of doing things, a particular way of doing things, the way you were taught, maybe especially if you're from a different social class. And when these young people came in, they started to challenge you. When these different views came in, they started to challenge you. Like, you had a way of, oh, this is how I do it. This is how my family, this is how it was taught down. This is how it was done, like, in my generation, in my family for years. I could hear that, like, coming out. And these people like, okay, it's been done like that, but it's not helping, or it's not, we don't feel like it's reaching out the way it wants to. It feels a little bit antiquated. And I think that triggered something in you. And you were, that triggered something in you, and you were kind of forced to try to deal with this new fresh energy and challenging your beliefs in the way that you've always done stuff. But you've always been a visionary. You were definitely, that card doesn't come out for no reason. Let's read it. You've always been a visionary in what you were trying to do. All right, let's see. Visionary light attributes. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regards for personal gain. Shadow attributes. Selling insights to the highest bidder. Compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. This male to female card is giving me, you went from whatever your business was, you went from making money. What is the social status to it? What is your role to it? Like, you switched from having that male perspective, that dominating perspective, to a more receptive, healing, spiritual practice. Like, you had to take your business, your practice, from this male dominated force, this earthbound energy, this heavy Saturn energy, and then to bring it more towards the feminine, more towards the moon, healing, more towards Venus. And that was not easy for you, Pawan. It was not easy. It was forced upon you, actually. Let's get some more details with these cards. It was definitely forced upon you. And I think it happened after you couldn't, I think it happened after somebody got hurt. After you held on to one of your visions, or you held on to something for a long time, and then somebody got hurt. Look at this. Time period, Renaissance, past life performer, aristocrats. You were very publicly known. You were very publicly known. For some people, you had to leave the area that you were in and start over. Look at this journey card too. It could be an internal journey, or it could be a physical journey. You had to leave whatever beliefs you had. You held on to them until you could not hold on to it anymore. It destroyed the people around you. Like, they left. They could not put up with this Five of Swords energy anymore. They left. And after you looked around and you say, like, it feels like, what am I really doing this for? Like, I'm supposed to be in the business of doing this, that, and the third. And I'm getting these certain results, but it's not fueling my soul. And you felt that and you made that move. Maybe it were your kids that came in and challenged you. Past life father. Main female past life father. Yeah, for some of you, it was your kids coming in. All right, pile number one. Let's see how this lifetime is. What's the message from this past lifetime where you had to make these big decisions? All right, and let's just pull. All right. So I'm feeling for this pile. The reason this past lifetime came where you were holding on to something, some new people came in, tried to show you a different way try to show you a different way, a different lifestyle of doing something that you feel like you perfected. Change was not easy for you. Change was not easy for you. And you had to get pushed to change. Like something had to happen for you to change. I don't think you hurt those people intentionally, but by not being able to budge, you definitely caused a lot of pain to them. And if you had aristocrat, higher social status, like it might have felt maybe to you like firing somebody at the time may have felt like, all right, this is justified, like they'll get another job, but like firing them at the time for not aligning with your vision, maybe their whole family line went into some sort of poverty and they wasn't able to feed their families or ever get hired again because they worked for you, who was this big aristocrat who was known, and you let them go and they was not able to find work. And it wasn't because their work wasn't good enough. It was because it just wasn't aligned with your vision. And it caused a lot of pain to the people who you let go, or the conflict. And it took you a while to understand that. Yeah, it took you a while to like understand and grasp that. 9 of Wands. Let's see. All right, one card at a time. One card. All right, so we'll do it. Spirit said they want all these cards up. And then the Death card. This is like one of my favorite decks. Okay, pile number one. This is definitely coming up. There are some things right now that the way you felt like it should be or always was that you should challenge. There are things that your soul right now is asking you to challenge. All right, here we go. I forgive myself for mistaken achievement for a measurement of my worth. I choose to believe that although I might find myself drawn towards achievement, my worth is not in any way defined by the extent to which I'm capable of attaining my goals. Yes. Pile number one, if you find yourself holding on to a certain vision or how you feel you're supposed to be or things are supposed to be, and it's hurting you and the people around you, it is okay to go ahead and switch that up. The love that we have inside is way more important. That lifetime is coming up because there was a time when you let achievement and status and those things were more important than whoever was around you, but you did make that switch. Now the universe knocked you off. I'm not gonna lie, it feels like it knocked you into that switch in your past life. Maybe it had to bring you down a peg, and you had to leave from where you are and restart from scratch and say, oh shit, this they were right in a sense, like where they was coming from. In this lifetime, or right now, as we're speaking, as we're doing this, the universe don't have to knock you off the peg. You can start that transition for yourself right now. And I think that's why this lifetime is coming up. You could make the conscious effort to start to bring down some of your walls, start to challenge some of your beliefs and how you were taught and how things have always been, or what you know, how they said it was supposed to be, or following like a checklist. You can now kind of take down some of that stuff, put it to the side, and start that journey for yourself without the wheels having to knock you into motion. People have so much love and respect for you, pal number one. They do. You carry that. You carry that regal, authoritative, like you carry that here in this lifetime. Like that's like, if you question or challenge your vision, like that's not going to go away. But in order to remain the visionary that you are, you must challenge your beliefs. Like they some things have to die. Some beliefs have to go. Some things served you when they needed to serve you, and they might not work anymore. And that's okay. Okay, Power One, that's all I see for you. Thank you for clicking on my channel, and I hope to read for you again. All right. Bye-bye. All right, pile number 2. If your intuition brought you to the truth card, then this is your pile. All right, we're going to put this right here, and then we're going to lay out your cards. Okay, pile 2. The first, the song that's coming into my head when I was pulling out your cards was Janae Aiko, Wanderer. So in your past life, in this lifetime that's coming up, you were definitely a wanderer. And it looks like a little bit of an unscrupulous one too. The past life that's coming up for you is, it feels like you are in constant flight mode. Yes, constant flight mode. Continuously going. And then, yeah. But not, I don't want to say it don't feel like you have bad intentions, but it's that old saying, like, good intentions was, that's what paved the road to hell. Like the road to hell was paved with good intentions. It don't feel like you always have bad intentions, but it feels like you did you did do some unscrupulous things. We have Thief here. We have the Magician in reverse. Actually, all your cards came out in reverse. At first, I thought it was upright, and then Spirit was like, no, this is supposed to be reverse. So these are emptying cups. Like you're powering through different situations in this lifetime, and you are definitely emptying other people's cups. And once again, not out of like twirling your mustache like in a corner, like I'm gonna empty that person's cup. But it feels like through your constant flight mode, through your constant running, that you didn't take the time to stop and understand what your actions were really doing to people. And it was harmful to them, and it was harmful to you at the same time. This is definitely the past life of someone who, Miley Cyrus said, I can't be tamed. This is definitely the past life of someone who cannot be held down, who cannot be tamed. We have the Seeker card here. Let's see. Thirst for wisdom, truth, wherever they are. Shadow, inability to commit to a path once found. Right under the leaving and traveling sign. Concern and the Page of Cups here on this side. In this lifetime, in the lifetime that's coming up, this past life that's coming up, you are, I don't want to say too smart for your own good. That feels like, that's like a lack of better words. But you are very smart, and you are, help me, Spirit. Let me shuffle some more cards. Just get a better understanding of this lifetime. Because you were smart. You were smart, and you was definitely spiritually connected. You were connected with spirit. You were connected with the source. You were definitely connected with spirit. You were definitely connected with the source. We keep it in Africa here. Trigger warning for this one. Trigger warning. Yeah, it's giving like Pisces energy. You know, Pisces is the sign that's most connected to spirit. Pisces kind of lack boundaries, and they lack boundaries because they have one foot in the spiritual world, one foot here on earth, and it's a lot of confusion with the two fish in unison trying to swim backwards but swim together at the same time. So yeah, it definitely feels like you were very connected. You had one foot in with spirit and one foot on this earth, and I don't know if you knew how to balance them properly and correctly, and you probably didn't have a good teacher either around, depending on what lifetime this was. That's like your intentions don't feel bad. It doesn't feel sneaky or like you were trying to do, like you caused the hurt, you caused the pain, but it doesn't feel bad. Past life performer. It's giving like trickster energy. Like tricksters, like trickster lores, like they want to teach lessons, but they do it in this like, they do it in a very like, they do it in a way where they're like tricking people or trying to teach them a lesson. Yeah, you battled with this in your past lifetime. You battled with this. You battled with this divine wisdom and connection that you have, and then living on this earthly plane and how to do it, and wanting to go out and seek and learn and experience versus still happen to be grounded here on this earth, connecting to the higher self, watching out for yourself, watching out for other people. It feels like it was very overwhelming for you, and when things got too overwhelming and the cups, you were emptying your cup or you were emptying someone else's cup, you took off. You took off, you left, you were done. Yeah, maybe you had all this magical power from being like juiced up with spirit, and you just maybe didn't know, like, what am I supposed to do with all of this? If you ever seen anything about like Neptune and Pisces planet, it's like they enjoy their substances because it takes out the heavy weight. It's a heavy burden to always be connected to the source and downloading and getting this information, and then to have this, I don't want to call it a burden, but to have that heaviness upon you and not know what to do with it. That's why a lot of Pisces people, or people who have strong Pisces placements, they turn to substances. It makes living in that world a little bit easier. I don't know if you're struggling with substances right now, especially since it said past life, death, alcoholism. I don't know if you're struggling with substances right now, but it's nothing to be ashamed of. We all have our things and our vices, and life gets heavy for all of us. I wish you good luck on that journey. I'm going to take these cards right now to see what's the message for Spirit. Yeah, I think pile number 2 is going to be important for you to slow down. Since you are a runner, it's going to be important for you to slow down. And it's going to be important for you to kind of assess and reassess some of your actions and what you're doing. If you have a friend or a safe space or a safe area where you can kind of like process some of those heavy things that you're carrying, because it feels very heavy. Like, the thing about running is, like, as soon as you stop for 1 second, everything you was running from is going to slam right into you, and it's going to catch up with you. Like, it's impossible to outrun your problems or anything. Like, even as we're reading this, even if we're reading past life readings, even the things that your soul has experienced will catch up with you, even in this lifetime. So, if you could slow down, and I'm not saying like it's easy, but if you could slow down a little bit, reevaluate your choices, reevaluate your decisions, really look at your impact, because you're not a person you have impact. You come into people's lives, you meet people, and they are impacted by you. So you're an impactful person. Even though you might not feel it, you are a very impactful person. So it might be really good for you to just slow down a little bit and realize and feel the impact that you have on people and your surroundings and the things around. It's going to be very beneficial for you to do that. 10 of Wands. You're tired. You're tired. You're tired of running. This lifetime is coming up is because you've been running that lifetime, and you're tired of running. You're tired. And respectfully so. Respectfully so. 10 of Wands is that big burden. And this could be the end too. You got it. A lot of cards is coming out. Yeah, and this could be the end too. This is coming up for you because you spent lifetimes running. I think that's the only card that's going to come out for you, number 2. I'm not going to force it. Yeah, that card came out. You're tired of running. And you don't have to run no more. I'm not saying like it's easy. There's a lot of ways to be able to sit down and kind of process that stuff. Go on YouTube, look up a whole bunch of videos, start to understand, like, what is my trauma response? What am I running from? What am I not trying to face? What is hard for me to face? But yeah, you're tired and you're done. Let's just do a self-forgiveness card for you, pile number 2. There it goes. All right. I forgive myself for not sharing what I believe is true out of fear of how I may be perceived for it. I choose to believe that my opinion is valuable, and the exploration of multiple perspectives allow for a collective experience of great clarity and fulfillment. You are impactful, pile number 2. You are impactful. You are worthy to have someone sit down and listen to your story. You are worthy to be understood. You deserve to be understood. Your past mistakes don't have to define you now. Do you have to go back and sit with them and go through the muck and understand them? Yes. Do they define you? No. Your path and your new journey could start right now. You don't have to run anymore. It's a trauma response, and you are tired. I can feel it. You are tired. And you could let it go. You could start right now. Okay, pile number 2. That's what I see for you. Thank you for letting me read for you. If you are struggling with some kind of substance abuse, don't carry no shame into it. When you leave this reading, I hope that I can give you at least 5 seconds where you don't feel shame about that. Take care of yourself. Mwah. Hello, pile number 3. If you were drawn to this Nirvana Quartz card, then this is your pile. And I am going to put this right here. And I'm going to get your cards out. All right, pile number 3. So, sorry for the silence. So this past life that's coming up, there was some sort of burden in your life in this past life, and the universe removed this burden from your life, and your soul did not get over it yet. Your soul is still carrying the grief of losing whatever or whoever was removed from your life. I'm feeling like a lot of grief. So if you find yourself grieving over something you never had before, or you feel like you didn't have in this particular reincarnation, it is coming from a past life. It feels like it was taken from you in a very traumatic way, that it left a mark on your soul. It was taken from you in a very traumatic way. I'm going to pull some more cards just to see. It's a very heavy energy, but it also feels like it karmically and like the universe had to happen. But it doesn't stop the heaviness. Revolution. Past life revolution. Okay. Revolutions are never, they're violent. They're violent. They happen when things are in extreme imbalance. They happen when people are dying or fed up. When the world is extremely polarized and we can't. When the world is polarized, social class poverty, yes. Okay. There's a grief-stricken here. Betrothal. All right. Yeah, in this past life, it felt like you already maybe lived a life of turmoil. Maybe you lived in a revolution, was part of the poverty class, trying to get by day. Maybe it feels like a person. It feels like a person. It doesn't feel like a business or a farm. It feels like a person. Like someone came into your life and they brought you a lot of joy. It's coming off as it could be a friend, it could be a child, but it's really coming off like a past life spouse. And you're living in this revolutionary period. You're living in this poverty-stricken world in this past life, and you meet your love. Betrothed to someone, you meet them, and maybe other people's stories didn't go so great with the betrothal, but yours, you did. You and that person connected on a soul level, like the angels brought those angels involved, like they brought that person into your life, and then that person was taken from you, and they was removed from your life, and it was devastating for you. and it really, really left a mark and a scar on your soul. And I feel like your soul is still holding on to that trauma and holding on to that pain. I could feel, I'm so sorry, pile number 3. Like, if you feel yourself in mourning and grief over something or someone you never had before, this is definitely coming up from a past life. It's very heavy. It's very heavy. So let's see what we're supposed to do with this information, pile number 3. I want to see if this person is back in your life too now. Because I believe when we reincarnate, we make soul contracts. And I'm getting the feeling like this person may be... I'm getting the feeling, or I'm getting the message that this person is ready to come back and reincarnate in your life. But after you... Once you're able to, like, kind of move on from what happened to you. What happened to you guys, like, in the past. But let's see what Spirit has to say. It has to be weird to be grieving and mourning something, or to be sad about something, or be stricken with these moments of intense grief and sadness, and you don't even know where it's coming from. Woo, that's a tough one, pile number 3. I'm not, but we can definitely see what the steps to take forward to go and heal that. Yeah, but it feels like you had a great love in your past life, like a wonderful love, and there was a karmic lesson also in losing that. All right, come on, Spirit. How do we get over this craziness? Knight of Wands. How do we get over this? This is from my pile 3s. Who's carrying this sadness around, or this grief around? Let's help them, Spirit. Tarot readers are always playing around with their cards. It's like it needed to be straight. Or gay lean forward. Okay, pile number 3. This is definitely coming up for you because the universe does not want you to hold on to the pain. In some ways, you might have taken comfort in holding on to the pain. And I mean comfort where it feels like safe to hold on to the grief and the sadness and the anger when it comes to losing something, and sitting in those what do you call it? The grief stages. But you have to give it more gratitude. Appreciate what you have instead of focus on like what you lost. Appreciate what you had and that you had it. Appreciate the experiences that you gained from it. Let the universe know you appreciate the gains that you got from it, and you have to release it. The universe is asking you to release it. Oh. Hold on. Yeah. Like, death is a natural part of life, even when it feels like, trust me, and I've been through some stuff, and death and the end, or what is perceived to be the end of something, is a natural part of life. It is part of the cycle. It is part of the wheels of motion. And when you have gratitude for what you have and you open up that frequency, then the universe is going to bring more of that to you. If you hold on to the sadness, and if you hold on to more of the negative parts about that, then the universe is going to give you more of that in your frequency. So I'm not saying like it's easy. It starts with when a thought is coming into your head and it's like, it's starting to feel bad for you to try to change it a little bit. Yes, I miss that person. Yes, I miss that thing. Yes, this was maybe it felt like the greatest thing that happened to me and now it's gone. But instead you could say, thank you, Spirit, for bringing that person into my life. And this is what they opened me up to. And without them, I would have never found it. Like there's so much more. There's so many amazing things like lined up to come into your life. But if your heart and your soul is filled with grief for the things and not gratitude, there's no space for them to come. Come on, cards. Yeah, there's no space for them to come. And you deserve to live in gratitude and have wonderful things come to you and not be bogged down by the grief of the past. You deserve it. You deserve it. And it's how you learn and grow. And if you hold on to the grief of the past and you're saying like that was the best thing for you and it got taken away, then you're not opening yourself to something even more great, more grand, and more beautiful that can come in. That's also another thing. Let's get you some self-forgiveness cards. One came out, but if it's supposed to come out. All right. All right, here we go. I forgive myself for thinking I need to know exactly where it is I'm going before taking a step forward. I choose to believe that the path before me will illuminate the moment I garner the courage to trust myself to make the first move. Yes, pile number 3. Look at this Knight of Wands. He just goes for it. That's a fire card. That is a fire prince. The universe wants you to go for it. Don't think about the pain or what's going to cost. Go for it. You want something, take a leap, do it. Death is only transformation. We lose the bad things die too. Not only the good things, the bad habits, the bad thoughts, those things die too. Go for it with passion. Go for it with gusto. Go for it like the best thing for you is coming up ahead. You could look at your past. You could definitely take some things from it, but don't let it hold you down. Show gratitude to the things that you lost. Show gratitude to the things that you want, and go for it. Pile 3. This is how you literally chose the clearing karma card. I'm not saying it's easy to have this burden of this terrible loss that's coming from a place you don't even know where it's coming from. It's not easy. No. But you can clear it. You can get past it. You can get to a life that you love and what you deserve. And you just got to go for it. So when you feel the heaviness of the past, you think it and then you move forward. All right, pile 3, that's what I see for you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope that this gives you some form of peace. I have a Chiron in the 12th house, so I can sympathize with, or empathize, I don't know which one's the right word, with having this, I don't know, this trauma like that's coming from somewhere else and you can't really pinpoint it in this lifetime. And sometimes that's just how the universe and our souls work, but we're still here to heal it and to clear it and to try to live our best life and connect with God and let him live through us. And we're not going to be able to do that through pain. It's only through love. All right. Take care of yourselves. Mwah.